Welcome into today's podcast right here at the Cog Hill 40. Peaches wouldn't let Nugget into the canned ham for this episode, so here's Jason and Brooke. Johnny Carson didn't have nothing on these folks.
What is going on, y'all? This is another episode of the Cogcast Podcast coming at you from the windy Cog Hill 40.
Episode 101.
This episode's got a temperature, and it's 101.
People got tickled last time because they said when we held up our hands and we did the 100, it was backwards.
Oh, it was backwards.
So, but you know what?
Let's do it this way.
And then it won't be wrong.
It won't be wrong.
I thought about that. It won't be wrong, will it?
That's funny. If y'all hear some clicking and clanking and
like that,
the wind is blowing. It's supposed to have been a big storm system passed through the day, but it barely clipped us. We got a little bit of rain.
I didn't turn my watch off, so keep talking.
But
I did.
After this, the sun's halfway out now, and the wind's blowing like the storm's here, but there's no rain. It's weird.
So I just turned my phone off.
Yeah.
I forgot I turned it off, but while I was turning it off, I saw a couple of messages that came through almost simultaneously that said, look out for the weather coming through.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
It looks like it's gone from us.
It's missed us.
It missed us.
I'm sure it looked like, from the looks of the radar, that Montgomery, Alabama, is getting pretty hammered right now.
Are they?
Yes. But
how did we miss it and Montgomery get it?
I don't know. But you always tell me that when I hit the future to make the radar play, don't trust that.
Don't trust the future.
But this morning,
was it right?
It was right.
Really?
It got to us and then it disappeared. I was like, maybe we won't get storms. But Jason always told me to don't pay attention to that. Well, I didn't count on it because we had some things to do outside that required getting a bunch of tools together and whatnot. And I said, we better not do that today. Yeah. And lo and behold, we could have.
We could have. We'd had to stop a couple of times. Yeah. It did rain several times on and off.
Here was the craziest part of today's weather.
What's that?
Which today's not over, but you know.
No, it's not over.
The system looks like it's gone according to the radar.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided that we would take the big, I don't know how to explain it, wire coop that's been in with Nugget.
Yeah, it looks like a dog kennel almost, but
we had Venus and Moon, the hook bills in there together.
Right.
And then their eggs were not fertile, so there was no longer any need for us to keep them contained. And maybe that'll change in the future.
And we're having issues with the incubator.
Yeah, we're
staying consistent in the barn.
But
the temperature's fluctuating and it's not working really well either.
Well, Mother Nature thinks it's spring one day, and the next day you think it's winter, and then you got summertime, and it's just not consistent. So
speaking of,
but wait, I got to finish what I was saying.
I'm fixing to look at something. You go ahead.
So
I'm listening.
We decided that since that wire kennel type, but it's a coop. It's a coop. It's sold as a coop. Wasn't being used, that Marycarl's little pair of call ducks, the Mochi and Mallow, little white call ducks, needed a bigger area. And we knew that.
That's right.
Well, our initial thought was we would put them in the aviary. Once the aviary's complete, we'll put them in the aviary.
That's right.
Well, her bird mentor friend said, don't put the ducks in there.
It's not good for the pigeons.
Don't put the ducks in there. It could cause problems. And I can see that. But I also thought that the ducks would be on the ground and the pigeons would be in the air, and that would, But anyway, he suggested don't do it, so we're not doing it.
That's right.
Well, that little coop is not being used. Well, it's actually a big coop, I guess you'd call it.
Mm-hmm. It's big.
So we've been trying to figure out how we were going to move it from the area where Nugget is to the area where the call ducks have been all along, which is the chicken area. Because Marycarl spends most of her time in there, and that's where they're native to.
That's right.
The call ducks.
Chicken area.
We wouldn't have to move them very far. So, a gentleman by the name of Dwayne, who is the son of Miss Chris, who gave us the Victorian crown pigeons, had given us some clamp-on forks.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Bucket of our tractor.
That's right.
Back when they drove from Texas to Alabama and delivered the Victorian crown pigeons. Well, we really haven't had a need to clamp those forks on.
We haven't.
But over the last few days, we picked up a hay bale and dispersed hay around the
We did.
garage, mother-in-law's suite, which is my mother.
Right.
And we put the forks on so I could get the bale off of the truck without going to put another implement on with a hay spear. Okay, we knew it worked for that.
Right.
All right, so we want to move this thing. We're thinking we're going to have to take it apart. Right?
I looked at it after you went to go get the tractor, and I saw there was 8 nuts and bolts, and I thought, well, we could take it and break it in half and carry it, one half at a time.
So you sent me a text while I was already on the tractor and said, I think that we're going to need to take it apart anyway. And I thought, well, even if we take it apart, we're going to need something to move it on. So I'll go ahead and get the forks to the tractor. So that's why I went ahead and got it.
I got you.
So I went ahead, put the forks on. Man, are they easy.
They're easy.
They're so easy, Brooke could do it.
They're light. They're nothing. We got another implement that has. We got it because of the hay spear implement, but you can put forks on it, and those forks are heavy.
You take the bucket off in that case.
You have to take the bucket off and put this other thing on, and then put the forks on that, and they're very, very heavy. I mean,
I can't do it by myself.
No, they're borderline where I struggle with putting those forks on.
And it's really not something 2 people can get on,
And they're so heavy once you get them on, it's not like that they slide easily.
Right.
It's a pain. The hay spear I love, but the forks are a little pain.
So we had taken the forks off the tractor from unloading the hay, and I thought, well, hey, it won't take but a minute. Mm-hmm. Now's my chance to get those forks on there and see how they actually work, because the first time you put them on.
Yes.
So Jason goes over, and he sees that I've already got the forks put on, and we walk over to where Nugget's coop is, and I was like, do you think it's going to tear it up if I try to put my forks up under that?
Yeah, I was scared. It worked out perfect because I thought it was going to hit the fencing part, the tip of the fork, but it didn't. It hit the support.
Because they were so long that it hit the support.
And so it worked out good. And you lifted it up, and I steadied it.
It was really just a experiment to see if it worked. Because if it didn't work, then we were just going to take it off.
Apart,
but we still needed the forks to move the pieces.
Right.
So when I put my forks up under it, you kind of picked it up, and we just kind of maneuvered it out of Nugget's fence.
2 minutes tops.
Oh, wow.
And that thing's heavy.
It is so heavy.
It's heavy.
We used to try to move it around at Little Cog.
It's such a pain.
It's a wonderful, nice, heavy-duty coop, but it is just impossible to move.
Yes, it's heavy.
And so we got it in there, and a little storm was brewing. We could, it was windy, which it's been windy all day, but it was excessively windy. So we knew it was just about to be on top of us.
And the temperature dropped like 10 degrees.
That's what I was fixing to say.
Boom.
Marycarl said, is it just me, or did it just get a couple of degrees cooler? And I said, try at least 10 to 15 because
it got cold.
I have a sweatshirt on, and this morning I had shorts and a T-shirt on. So that must have been when the storm was, making its way across the state with the cold front.
I think so.
But by golly, it missed us.
It did miss us. Thank goodness. I had, matter of fact, I recorded a little story of the clouds because they're so beautiful. But you know how powerful a storm can be. So it's kind of, beautiful on one hand and, kind of scary on the other hand. But I did record it, and it was some beautiful mixture between the storm clouds and the regular clouds. And it looked like a Bob Ross painting.
It was weird how it
really
came on
weird.
and then disappeared.
Just like that.
We rushed in when it started sprinkling.
Mm-hmm.
We have the dogs an outside area, so we grabbed them real quick and brought them in the camper, took care of everything that needed to be covered up outside, ran inside. Literally, by the time we got our shoes off, the little bit of sprinkle that had started stopped.
And the sun poked out.
Out. And I looked at the radar, and there it was gone. Boom.
But the wind's blowing so hard.
The wind is blowing, but I guess it's bringing in that cold front. I'd much rather have that than the
Speaking
storm.
of cold front, so Mr. Greg came over today. Matter of fact, listen to this, y'all. Everything, supposed to storm today, storm warnings. Guess who's here working on the pond?
Well, I heard him before I woke up, and I thought to myself, I just heard it raining. I could hear the rain on the roof, and now I hear a bulldozer going or a dump truck or something. And Greg was here before we got up this morning. Greg was here. Greg's the boss.
Well,
yeah. I don't mean that in a way that he runs things. I mean, he just does things that we don't have to tell him.
So after we got through moving all that, no, before we moved that, it was before we moved all that.
Yes, it was.
I heard the dogs barking, and I was taking part of Coop, and I heard the dogs barking. I looked up, and here he comes walking, and I hadn't talked to him, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it seems. I mean,
yeah.
He has his own entrance and exit.
Yes.
So he goes and comes as he pleases.
Yes.
We don't bother him, and
yes.
we just want him to be able to do his job. If he has any questions, he knows how to get with us.
Right. Yeah. And so he came over. He said, "I ain't talked to y'all in a few weeks." He said, "I just wanted to." I said, "Next time I saw you out, I was gonna come speak." So me and him got talking about cold weather. He says, "Weather's crazy." And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You know it's going to be 25 degrees this weekend." I was like, "Well, last time I looked, it's going to be 32. Mm-hmm. Have you looked lately?"
Well, I told you last night it was 30, and you said, "Oh, man."
Have you seen it now?
No.
It's 25.
25.
25 degrees. Look at that.
25 degrees.
25 degrees. It was 85 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
25 degrees.
Saturday, the high is going to be 46, and the low's 25.
I must say that this morning I was picking up the camper, and I put all of my winter stuff in a basket, and I said to myself, I'm going to take this to Mama's and put it in that loft area because I'm not going to need it anymore.
Yeah.
But I didn't yet.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah,
because we're gonna have 1, 2, 3 days straight where it's gonna be pretty cool.
That's
You're gonna
okay.
need your jacket.
That's the last time I'm putting it on this year.
That may be the last spell though.
Well, that's never so. We always have a cold snap in April.
Yeah.
But it's not going to affect our fruit trees.
No, and I'll send Jason from Pedals from the Past a text to double check that. But I think we should be absolutely fine with the fruit trees and the fruit orchard. I will have to cut the heat light on the seedlings for sure.
That's okay.
And get those guys protected. But they everything should be just fine.
Yes.
Yes.
We still have. You did try to take the plastic off the purple pigeon palace the other day.
I did because it was Marycarl had already taken it off but left the bottom on there, or somebody took it off and left the bottom on there. So I have to staple it back up.
Well, I told you, I said, don't take it all the way off. There's
yeah.
cold weather coming in this weekend, but I didn't know it was going to be that cold.
That's going to be cold.
That is cold. That is cold. She has moved her fantails, which are Bean and Paloma.
That sounds good
to
me. Sounds good to me.
They have moved outside full time.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, she checks on them. She goes even in the dark to make sure they're on their roost. And
yep.
But was it last night was their first night out?
Last night was their first night out.
So they have officially flew the coop.
They are no longer in the camper. Yep.
So now we have the 2 powders that they're powder pigeons is what they're called. Mm-hmm. She's been hand raising those, and she says they'll be weaned by the time we go to Oklahoma.
Which is good.
I sure hope that's the case because I can't see Mama hand feeding the pigeons. Remember how it went with me, much less with Mama. But Marycarl's convinced that she's going to have them on a full seed diet by that time, and they'll be 6 weeks old.
They'll be ready to roll.
Weaning time.
Good.
So, yeah, we're down 2 clients in the camper.
That's good. That is very, very good.
They're our clients.
Yes, they are
They're tenants. They were our
Airbnb.
Tenants. Yeah, for pigeons.
They have left the building. Thank goodness.
I think I spit everywhere. I got tickled. Oh, that was funny.
Oh my gracious!
But that doesn't mean new ones are coming in.
No.
No new clients or tenants moving in.
I think she might be baby pigeon out.
I'm going to tell you something.
Because that's some work.
Yeah. But we saw Robert, our friend at Daybird Aviaries over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And I said, Robert, I need to ask you something. Do you get up during the night and feed your baby birds when you're hand feeding them? Mm-hmm. And he shook his head, yeah. And he said his wife has to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning. She's a nurse. And he said sometimes if she's awake, she'll take care of it for me before she goes to work. But other than that, yes, I get up during the night to take care of them. Wow. Well, Marycarl didn't have to do that because the pigeons' parents, whatever reason, they sleep at night. But I'm talking about like cockatiels and macaws and parrot type birds.
Yeah.
He said he has to hand feed them, during the night. And he said that I said, well, what do you do, if something happens? And he said, well, I have friends that step in if an emergency happens, and they take over, with my feeding. I disperse them here, there, and have, friends that do that. And now I have Marycarl that I can count on. And Marycarl's already said, Mama, the Victorian crown pigeons, if for some reason, lo and behold, they can't take care of their baby.
Yeah.
She's so thrilled to know
that she can
would
do
be
it.
comfortable enough to hand feed the bird.
Well, good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Because I'm going to tell you, a friend of mine, I don't even know if you remember this. I'm going to let you talk in a minute.
No, go ahead.
A friend of mine went on a trip, and I believe she went to Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Marycarl was born during this time. She was trying to nurse a squirrel back to health and giving it milk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember it?
Mm-mm.
It was in our bathroom.
In our bathroom?
Yeah, she left it with me while she went on her trip.
Why don't I remember this?
Well, probably because it didn't live.
Oh. Whoops.
I did not do a very good job hand raising. I don't know what I did wrong, or if it just was not healthy to begin with, but I think maybe that was in my mind when Marycarl told me that I was going to take care of those birds when she went to Piper.
You was having flashbacks.
Yeah, I didn't do well with taking care of the squirrel.
So, well, I'm glad you didn't have to hand feed the baby pigeons.
Well, she took care of them. She took them to Piper's house.
She did take them to Piper's house.
Katie was like, okay, babies, let's
go. No problem.
No problem at all.
Yes.
So I'm going to shut up and let you talk for a
minute.
minute.
I don't have anything really. Just this week is going to be really put us behind the 8 ball a little bit. I mean, number one, we told y'all last week. Matter of fact, it was Friday when we recorded that podcast that the concrete guys were going to be there at some point that day. And I was a little bit worried that they weren't going to show up. And you were like, no, I believe they'll be here.
I thought they would.
They didn't show up. The concrete guys did not come on Friday.
I had the termite inspection scheduled for Monday. Not inspection. What am I thinking? The termite treatment scheduled for first thing Monday morning. I was the first customer on the list. And I'd already set that up.
Yep.
And so Friday afternoon, it's getting pretty late in the day. It's probably about 3:30 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And we had not seen the concrete guys. And here I am first on the treatment list for Monday morning. And the termite treatment place was not going to be open on the weekend. So you know where I'm going with this. It was heavy on my mind that they were going to come and not be able to spray because the slab wasn't prepared in a manner that we needed it to be, with batter boards and rebar and everything they do to prepare it for the treatment. So I told Jason, I said, give me the concrete guy's number if you don't mind. And Brant was not here because he had ran out of the trim that he was working on Mom's garage house porch with, and he couldn't do anything until that trim came in. And so Jason got his number, and I called the concrete guy, and I said, hey, I just wanted to check with you because I got treatment scheduled for Monday morning at 8:30. Is the slab going to be prepared? And he said, well, a lot of rain's supposed to come in Monday. Mm-hmm. And I was planning on pouring this job next week. Your slab would be prepared so I could pour this concrete. He said, I'm going to have to pour it Saturday instead because I'm not going to be able to pour it, in the rain.
Right.
Well, that messed him up. So therefore, it didn't mess us up, but I did not want the termite treatment to show up and it not be ready.
Yeah, because we've already done that.
We did that one time.
We did that with the first time with them. It really wasn't anybody's fault. It's because we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We were told that once the plumber got done, that you can call the termite guy. And
if the dirt was leveled out.
Several people had told us that. And so we said, okay, cool. Call the termite people. They showed up, and the guy was like, this is not ready to go yet.
Usually you have batter boards up and the footers dug out and everything's, ready to be poured before that happens. So we said, okay, we'll get with the concrete guy. And as soon as he gets to that point, we'll give you a call back.
Yes.
So here I am calling them Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock to tell them, you're not coming to us first thing Monday morning.
Concrete guy didn't show up.
We're not ready. And I bet he thought, though, I mean, he was like, his tone of voice was just like, okay, you know, that's fine, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he was like, that woman is bonkers.
Well, it's not our fault. I mean,
No, it's not our fault. But I feel like he said that woman is bonkers.
Yeah. So that's got to, I don't think Brant and them are going to come at all this week.
I really don't either. I don't
it's
see
supposed
how.
to rain. It's like a 70% chance tomorrow, and then another
70 Wednesday.
Yep, and so it feels like it's going to rain all week. So I don't see us getting any concrete done this week. I don't see us. I just see this whole week getting pushed back. It's been crazy. It's crazy weather. I think it's crazy weather across the whole United States right now. I think we're getting these crazy temperature swings, and people are getting snow dumped, and it's just really, really, really crazy.
A lady sent me an email of a picture, and she was in Canada, and it was minus 22 degrees, and they had a lot of snow on the ground. And I told her, and I responded back in the email, and I said, that makes me cold just looking at it. Because it did. It made me cold just looking at it. So maybe we won't have any snow.
Maybe we won't have any snow. Speaking of the flower and the flower garden and all that, I'm very, very antsy and anxious to start some more seeds. But I told Marycarl, I think it's best if we wait till we get back from Oklahoma.
You think?
I don't know.
Jacqueline can water it.
That's what I'm thinking now, because
she can water it. And we are leaving Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back Sunday late. So if Jacqueline waters it Saturday, Jacqueline and Zach.
Jacqueline's probably shaking her head yes right now. I got it.
No, I think she's going like this. I'm not watering your flowers.
I'm not watering your flowers.
Okay. I don't know what she's doing. But
and that's Jacqueline and Zach at Head Family Farm. That's our good friends over there. And that's who did our wonderful website. Yeah, I went to our website. I went today. That's a dang good looking website.
It sure is.
I tell you, I'm so proud of it. You reached out to a company about something. And I thought to myself, and we gave them some links. So they want to know some links. So they want to work with, hopefully they'll work with us on a project and on the barnuminium. And I was like, yeah, I'm just proud. Y'all go look at it. If they see that website,
they're going to say, this is a legit company.
These folks are totally legit.
Company. I called us a company. We're not a company.
We are LLC, believe it or not. But yeah, I think they're going to say, man, this is legit. These folks are, because that website is the bomb. It is the bomb. And you know what? I don't think people know about this one section on there. It's called FAQ.
I know what that stands for.
Frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
And so we put some on there that get asked a lot over and over and over and over and over again. And so I put them on there. And we got the answers to them on there too, and we're constantly adding to that too. So y'all be sure to check out there's some questions that you may want to know about. It's probably on there.
And you know what I have had a lot of feedback about?
What's that?
At first, I didn't know what they were talking about. I would get these comments or read these messages, and it would say, "Thanks, Nugget, for the birthday shout out." And I was like, boy, these people are cuckoo. They think Nugget's telling them happy birthday. And what it is Jacqueline had set up an area on the website where you enter your birth date. And you may think to yourself, why in the world would they want to know my birthday? But we have a cute little thing that comes out and sends you a birthday shout out from one of our wonderful critters here at Cog Hill
That's
40,
right.
Either Nugget or Moody.
And they'll send you a happy birthday email, and it's just so cute. Even the newsletter, Jacqueline's handling the newsletters for us that go out each Sunday evening. That's if you sign up to our website, it says join the Cog Squad. And if you don't get that pop-up, always remember, just scroll down to the bottom of the page and it's right there, and put your email address in there. and you'll get our weekly newsletter that comes out every Sunday, and Jacqueline does an amazing job.
She does.
With
but
that.
I'm going to tell y'all, you just can't imagine the look on my face when I was seeing
The
these messages. Nugget, thanks for the birthday shout out. I was like, okay, boy, they have fell off their rocker.
I tell you, she sent me a message and she said, I kind of messed up on the first birthday shout out. She said, but I went back and redid it again. I hope it don't cause any problems. And I said, what is it? And it says happy birthday, and it says, click here to play your message from Nugget, or click here to play. And she said, it changed it from play to pay. And she says click here to pay. And she said, oh gosh, I hope people don't think you have to pay for anything.
We're an all free company.
Oh yeah.
Did I call us a company?
You did again. Yep.
Okay, we're all free.
But anyway, she said she sent another email right back after that, so I never saw anybody say anything about it. So
No,
I think it was all good.
You know what I want to say?
What's
it
that?
all came out in the wash.
It all came out in the wash, but I really do love our website. If
Yeah, I
you
do
haven't
too.
seen our website, go check it out, coghillfarm.com.
And it
It's just
even
awesome.
answers my own personal questions
What's that?
sometimes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
website. I
Yeah.
mean, if I need to know something, then I can go there and find
That's
it
right.
out. And,
You can.
and we hope that our, I don't want to call them
Viewers.
we hope our viewers can put that in their back pocket too.
Yep.
To know that if I need to know anything, I can go to their website.
Yep.
And that becomes just the way that things get
That's
accomplished.
right. That's right. All our links on there and our promo codes are there.
Just make it easy for everybody.
Yeah, for the companies that we work with, your recipes are all there. Everything should be on the website.
I feel like we ought to have a little trendy little song like website, kind of like Blue's Clues.
Yeah. I like Blue's Clues.
Website, get your answers here.
I'll let you sing it.
Well,
Yeah.
I did a good job.
You did a
didn't I?
great job singing.
People
the website.
sometimes think that you do the singing on the.
on the
I
songs.
get tickled about
Yeah.
it because I'm like, Jason, nor myself, nor Marycarl, nor my mother, nor my father, nor your mother or father can
Yep.
sing.
No,
We
not.
just are not musically
We're not
inclined.
singers, but it makes me feel good for those people to think that I'm talented enough
Yeah.
to sing like that. But the songs in the videos are not sung by me.
No, we don't
I
even know
wish.
those people that sing those songs.
No, I don't.
You know who I was told? Gosh, I wish I could remember how this person reached out to us. I think it was just a comment. Zach Head can sing.
Really?
That's what they said. They said that Zach Head can sing and he can play the guitar.
Get out of town.
They're coming over here next week. We're just
Yeah.
going to hang out
Yeah.
on spring break.
Yeah.
And we're going to sing and play the guitar. Bring it, Zach.
Maybe he can learn some Uptown Funk,
Maybe. Maybe.
and then I'll dance, and he
That's-
can sing. And
I don't know what I'm going to do.
You know what? We're gonna have a Cog Hill picking and grinning.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We're going to record this?
With the heads.
We're going to record this?
Sure.
All right, Jacqueline and Zach and little Eleanor.
Little
We're gonna-
Eleanor.
Yeah, we're going to have a picking and a grinning.
That's so great.
It's going to be a picking and a grinning and a sitting because I ain't doing none of the above.
You know, I was telling my good friend Wes over there at the Naked Hog. If you guys haven't ever checked out Wes's YouTube channel, the Naked Hog Gardening Show, go check it out.
Yes.
They are awesome people and
Very knowledgeable.
very knowledgeable. I ask Wes questions all the time, and so I told him the other day. I said, you know what? Before we moved, we lived at the same place all our lives, and we've been doing this farming thing and YouTube thing, and it just seemed like we were kind of, I won't say lonely, but the only people that really knew that, and you really couldn't talk to anybody about it or anything, we move here, and it's like we got our own little tribe now, it seems like. Seriously,
I want Wes and Angie and the family to be
me and Wes
closer.
talk about it all the time. But we got Zach and Jacqueline, Head Family Farm.
Uh-huh.
We got Pedals from the Past.
Yeah.
And we got Tracy and Just Dig It Farms now. And I just
And we
feel
got
like
Zoe and Nick.
Zoe
at
and Nick.
Chestnut
Yep.
Hills.
And I feel like we're all like a little family now. And we all kind of do YouTube. We all are into social media, and we also all are either gardeners or farmers.
And we got Katie Smitherman.
We have Katie.
I believe Katie's going to call her farm Liberty Ranch, if I'm not mistaken.
Once she gets it started, I'll be shouting Katie out. Katie ever comes over here, because she says she wants to see everything, I'm probably going to wear her out with 4 million questions. So,
well, that's probably why she hadn't came. She probably said, I'm not going over there. They're going to make me work. Oh, I'm not going over there. I'm not going over there.
That's funny.
So,
that is so funny. Yeah, she's probably like, yeah, probably not. Probably best if I do go there.
Probably best. I'll just keep telling them I'm coming and I'm never coming. They'll believe me. Right? They'll believe me.
That's right.
So,
oh, my gracious.
But we are thankful for our friends on our peninsula.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely thankful.
Even if you're not on our peninsula, we're thankful for you too.
That we are absolutely thankful for everybody.
Without you, there would be no us.
That's right.
Gosh.
You fixing to say something?
Yeah,
you
I sure
forgot.
was. I sure was. I
absolutely forgot.
Forgot about what it was.
But speaking of the flower farm and the flower garden, I had at first when I was planning this thing out, it was going to be just strictly rose and just, but as things changed, I started thinking, why should we just make this thing look like a cornfield, but with flowers, and not make it homey and Cog Hilly and
well, you came to me out in the field, and you said, I am thinking that we probably may want to go in a direction to not be so industrialized and
commercial looking, and
commercial looking, and straight lines, and it ends here and it has to turn here,
right?
And break that up a little and make it more us.
I really do think that, and
well, I think that's an excellent idea, because we're never going to get bored with it if we do it this way.
I think you're right.
We
really
can always change it.
Always.
And if you're straight rows and you plant this here, this here, this here, then it's going to be bored.
I think so. I really do. I just want it where if we go out there, it can be our own little oasis.
And if we decide that it's not fun anymore, I guarantee you we can think of an animal that we could put out there.
Well, that too. But if you don't enjoy it, then you're going to get burned out and you're not going to want to do it. And I say this a lot in my videos is figure out something you like to do.
Otherwise, it's no fun.
You're not going to do it. You're absolutely not going to do it. And that goes with anything in the homesteading realm and gardening and anything. If you're growing tomatoes and you got to go out there and pull weeds every single day, and you dread it and you cuss, and you're going to eventually just get burned out. At some point, you're going to say, I'm not doing this anymore, and then let the weeds take over and let the tomatoes die down. But, if you try different things and try weed mat or mulching or this
vinegar
or that,
spray for weeds. I mean, there's different techniques.
Yep. And, and realize, hey, there's more ways to do this, and I enjoy it again, then so be it. And so, if you don't like it, you don't enjoy it, then you're not gonna keep doing it. That's for sure.
But you know what?
What's that?
And I mean this sincerely.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a time that I put my shoes on to walk outside and dread what I'm doing.
Yeah, me either.
I put my shoes on and I go outside and I'm doing something that I love doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that day I put my shoes on and I say, I don't want to go, I don't want to do this, then I don't need to be doing it.
Right.
Because life is too short.
It is too short.
Take that leap. Take that chance.
Mm-hmm.
You may not get another chance.
Yep. Well, it's in the video where we broke the ground, and it just popped in my head. Just talking to the camera, and I said in the video, and I can't even remember exactly how I even worded it. It just came out if it don't work, I can't say that I didn't try.
Somebody sent a message and they said, "Do y'all ever take a day off? You ever just sit and relax?" And I thought about it for a second, and I thought to myself, you know what? We don't feel like we're working.
No.
So every day is a day off.
Really?
And that's crazy to say, because we're tired at the end of every day.
We
We're
are
physically tired.
Mm-hmm.
Some days we're mentally tired. But it's not like it's work.
Yeah.
When you're enjoying what you do, I don't care if you're a doctor and you enjoy your job.
Yeah.
Then it's not work.
Right. Every now and then, I guess usually we kind of relax a little bit on Saturday, but not too much. I'm trying to think.
Well, there's never a planned day when we say.
No, we're really not. Don't have a big plan day at all.
And we want it that way. If we didn't, we wouldn't do it.
And that's just like the flower farm thing, and I think some people think, well, maybe biting off more I can chew, but I really want to do it.
Yeah.
I really want to do it.
I read a lot of comments, y'all got so much going on right now. Well, as long as we can manage it.
Yeah.
And as long as we can, handle everything that's on our plate, then we're going to keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Because it's not overwhelming.
No, it's not. If it does get overwhelming, then we'll back off.
And that's what I mean about, the flowers. If we decide we don't enjoy it, guess what?
Yeah. Yeah, we can back off on the flowers. Or not plant as many, or slow down, or that kind of thing. Because I know my eyes are bigger than my stomach, but I feel like that if I get them planted, and it's not like that I got to wake up and go to the farmer's market, 3 days out of the week and get rid of them. If they just sit there and look pretty, then they'll sit there and look pretty.
That's right. And that's what we want. We want it to not feel like a chore.
Now, if it grows and takes off, and
we're happy with that too.
Yeah, we're happy with that too. And I have to hire a couple employees or whatever.
That'll be wonderful.
I'll cross that bridge when we get there. But right now, especially this first year, matter of fact, Jacqueline asked me, because I think she's wanting to dip her toes into it too. And, I told her, I said, this going to be an experiment. What I'm doing right now is going to be an experiment, and I'm going to get some experience under my belt and go from there. Kind of like we did with the meat chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at first that was just, a little, 20 orders here.
We need to make that a podcast in itself, because a lot of people have commented here lately.
Yeah.
And I think it was from the Okie Homestead write-up that said that we were a profitable poultry processing, whatever.
We did a whole podcast on that. We can do it again.
I think there's so many people that don't, that now think, I thought all your chickens were pets.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing. I thought all your chickens were pets. Well, they are.
They are pets. Yep.
All of our chickens now are pets.
Mm-hmm.
This was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the reason we stopped doing meat chickens, on top of the reason that the restaurant and catering company closed, but it was getting to the point where it wasn't
fun.
We weren't enjoying it. It was a chore. When I put my shoes on to go outside, I said, oh, goodness, I wish I didn't have to do this today.
Yeah.
And that's when you know.
That's when you know.
That's when you know that something's got to give.
Yep.
Something's got to give. And it did. It wasn't planned, and it happened for the good for us. Didn't happen for the good for the restaurant, but it made us open another door and close that one with good heart.
Yep.
Hope we made you smile.
Yes.
We didn't know what we were going to talk about when we came into this.
No,
podcast.
not at all.
It's just typical, but
very typical.
Send us some questions if you have any. In those questions with the question mark.
That helps us find them.
them. And I think we need to do a question and answer soon.
Yep, I agree.
So if you have a question, submit that question.
Yep.
You can just do a comment on the podcast.
Comment on the podcast and put a question mark at the end of your comment, and that helps us filter out all the others. And also check our website and go to our frequently asked question and answer page.
You may find it there.
Yep. I think there's like 5 or 6 there, and they're repetitive. There are several ones that get repeated all the time, and like I said, I'm constantly adding to it. So,
well, I gotta go to the post office.
Yeah, you gotta go post office.
And
I really need to go get some stuff. I need some notebooks for garden journals. I need another table for seed trays. So I think I may ride with you if that's okay.
Uh-oh.
Because I don't ever leave.
No, you don't. You don't.
Oh, I really don't
I
ever
tell
leave.
you what, Marycarl's going to hop in the front seat and she's going to say, I'm going to say, Daddy's going, oh,
Really?
why? Why?
And it's not that I don't leave because I don't like going anywhere. It's usually I got something to do.
You got something to do.
Absolutely.
So we'll make this a family trip. And
Family trip.
if y'all see us, toot the horn and wave.
Absolutely. And this will be us taking some time off.
Yeah. Trip to town.
Trip to Walmart. We're going to go to Walmart, baby.
We are. The whole family.
Put on your Sunday best.
I'm wearing my Cog
We're
Hill.
going to Walmart.
I got a dirty shirt on under this one, and I'm wearing it. Oh, wow, look.
Yeah,
I'm wearing it, too.
Yeah.
So if y'all see us, you won't smell us first, hopefully.
Ain't that the truth? Oh, gosh.
All right.
We'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.
Well, 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 it's another one in the books for the Cog Hill 40. Join us again next week for our next edition of the Cog Hill Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.